Today I have the KastKing line spooler. Now this is going to be my first time using it, so what I want you to take from this is how simple it is to use. Now there is some basic little directions here, and then it comes with a complete pamphlet explaining everything step by step. I did go ahead and read through this and kind of size it up and look at it to see how it looked, and I thought that it looked pretty easy to do. So let's go ahead and set this stuff to the side. And let me mention that there's two other things in the package. This is a line tensioning device here, and then we have a standard pair of braid style scissors. They have the little teeth so it holds the braid and lets them cut in there without the braid sliding. Now, what I have here is a brand new Okuma reel that I just got. I've already laid in a base layer of Dacron, and so that's 100 yards. And so we should be able to get another 200 yards of the 65-pound braid on there. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the pole. Now we want to make sure that the indicators are facing us. So go ahead and open that up, lift that up, and then line up this so that way it's facing up. And then if we put it there, it should not move. So cinch it down just a little bit and then line it up. I went ahead and tightened down the screw as much as I could to feel comfortable that it wasn't going to move. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. And this is the holder. It is like a slot. So you turn it into the release position and then it comes out just like that. When I first took it apart, I thought it might be a screw attachment, but it is not. So then I'm going to go ahead and just force this through the side of the spool. Go ahead and get this open. It'll take a second. It's a brand new spool. Okay. And now it says in the directions that what we want to do is feed the line through that little hole there. Once we get that fed through, then we pull this until we tighten it, and this can be tightened to whatever tension you feel comfortable with. I'm going to try to put it just kind of down the center here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Normally what I do is I put these on a pin and have somebody stand on the other side of the room with a pair of gloves on and hold on to it. So this should be significantly easier. So now we're going to go ahead and insert that into here. So there's a little arrow there pointing at it. And then we have to lock it in place. Let's get it locked in all the way snug down. Then we just turn it about halfway. Oh, and it just kind of firms right up. That's perfect. Now, if you're doing a spinning reel, you do it like this. But if you're doing a bait caster or casting reel, you do it like this. And there's a little arrow right here that tells you that. Then we come over, pull it down. That feels really nice and snug. Now I'm going to take a really quick break while I tie the Dacron onto this with a uni knot, so I'll be right back. So I've got the Dacron and the braid tied together, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of pressure on that and tighten it up. Now the one thing that I really like is right here we've got a little counter. When I put the Dacron on, I had to use the counter on the reel and reverse count it. Then we're going to flip that switch right there, and then it should count it right up. Now I might have to tighten this just a little bit, and I think that I'll kind of go like this, so that way you'll be able to... Actually, I think I'm going to back up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to tighten up that. Tighten up my drag. And I'm going. And I'm just gonna watch this thing go and get up to 400 feet, and you can see it's holding a line really nice. The strap is moving with the line, and I gotta admit, this is pretty impressive. I'm gonna tilt this just a little bit because the spool needs to load to the right side. It has a tendency to load to the left side. So we'll take a break while I do that, and I'll be right back. So I have returned, and I'm gonna hold this up to the camera with a close-up so you can see the counter. And I don't know if that's gonna be in focus or not, but it says 300. And I got a little bit of room left on the spool here, so I'm gonna add another maybe 20 or 30 feet. And one of the things that I noticed is that the tensioning strap started getting a little bit looser, and it does say in the directions to tighten as needed, but I gotta tell you that it's holding a nice tension, so I don't really think that I needed to tighten it. I'm gonna go up to 350 feet on here, and then there's already 100 yards of the Dacron on there. So really, that's more than I'll ever need, but I like to strip off a little bit every year, so I take off about 25 feet and throw that away. So this first couple of years, I won't have to worry about anything and the performance. And then I want you to look at this here, and you can see how nice and tight that is. This thing worked great, and I gotta tell you that I think that this was a good investment, and this is my first time using it. So if I can have this much success on my first time using it, I think you'll be able to use it just fine. So check this out. This is one of my best buys recently.